So,
If you listen
first we are
carefully
greeted
enough-
with a shot of older Dumbledore from the Half-Blood Prince, and then a contrasting shot of
whispers to
Jude
you.
Law's Dumbledore as we are
We're
entering
here to see Albus
Hogsmeade.
Dumbledore.
Our next scene here is of Newt and Theseus talking to Aberforth in the Hogshead pub. I feel like Aberforth is going to play a more prominent role in this film. Just because he's going to clash with Dumbledore, we are going to get some revelations about not only Dumbledore's character, but a confirmation on whether Credence is a Dumbledore or not. I feel like Credence is not a Dumbledore. I think the information we received in the last film was from an unreliable narrator. I feel like Rowling is lying to us and Grindelwald as well, and there's going to be a bigger revelation for Credence's character later in this film.
That would be my brother.
The world as we know it is coming undone.
So here's a shot I want to pause on and spend a bit of time. This looks like the Brazilian Ministry of Magic, and it looks like they're having a conference for the International Confederation of Wizards. So here it looks like that sign says Chief Suprema. I can't really read, it's a little blurry on the bottom, but it's looking like this is some sort of riot or potential protest. You can tell there are guards in the corner there that are looking to try and keep the peace. Now, I would be interested to see if this is the Brazilian side of things, and if we take a look on the left-hand side, now we see here that looks like kanji to me. I wouldn't necessarily say it is kanji. I don't see any hiragana or katakana on those signs, which makes me lead to believe it's more Chinese. But we don't know about any magical Chinese schools or governments. We do know about Mahou Kokoro, which is the Japanese school, but they only accepted students that were from Japan. So maybe these two schools are clashing, or these two governments are protesting something that the International Confederation of Wizards has decided to do. I'm really interested to see if Secrets of Dumbledore opens up the wizarding world even further, because it seems like the first film really focused on Makusa and the American side, and then the second film dabbled in the French side of things, and we know for sure we're going to see some Rio, and hopefully we can see the Japanese wizarding school or the African wizarding school. I think that would be awesome and just broaden the world that much more. So here's our first official look as Mads Mikkelsen as Grindelwald. He has his Elder Wand. He's not rocking the blonde hair or the different colored eyes, and thank God for that, purely because I don't think Mads Mikkelsen could pull off that look. I think Johnny Depp could pull it off phenomenally. He just embraced it and embodied Grindelwald. It was a chilling performance, and he commanded the screen every time he was on scene. It was beautiful. Mads Mikkelsen, he's a great actor, he's a great performer, and he's proven himself to be a phenomenal villain with Hannibal, and I think he's going to do a great job as Grindelwald. I'm really excited to see his performance, but I will miss Johnny Depp. As for this character, it looks like he's pulling out a memory from one of his followers. It doesn't look like a character we know right now. I think it's just going to be his side grunt, maybe not anyone too important.
Bring it apart with hate.
So the rest of the trailer right now is just some
defeat
general
him,
setup.
have to
Newt's
trust
getting off a little dinghy into a Brazilian forest with Pickett, encountering a new creature. I love how excited he looks. He's just floored to meet a new creature. Here we get a shot of New York, and then we get a shot of Jacob here, and this looks like Rio, maybe an invisible town like France was. So we see Bunty, we see Yusuf Karma, and now we get this new character I would like to talk about. Now, I use new character in quotes as she's already appeared in The Crimes of Grindelwald in a small cameo appearance when she was contacting Nicholas Flamel before the third act. Professor Hicks is a professor at Ilvermorny School. She teaches charms. Now, this could mean one of two things. We will learn more about Ilvermorny's school and more about the day-to-day life of the students and the teachers, or we will actually be able to see Ilvermorny for the first time in live action in the Fantastic Beasts movies. Maybe it might be like a 2-minute scenario where they're going to pick her up, or we don't get to see Ilvermorny at all. Either way, a new face added to the cast is going to be fantastic. I just hope they don't waste her potential like they did with Lita in The Crimes of Grindelwald.
The school teacher.
Here we got the whole crew. We got Theseus, Yusuf, Bunty, Professor Hicks, and Jacob. Notable admission is we don't see Tina. Tina is nowhere in this trailer. Now, this could be because she is hunting down Queenie, trying to bring her back to the light side, but all in all, I think she might be going down a darker path because she just lost her only family member to Grindelwald. I'm really excited to see that take on Tina, if it's a darker take or if she's a little more demented or she's depressed. I'm very interested to see what they do with Tina's character.
A
muggle.
Dumbledore asked that I give you something.
Now, this is a part of the trailer I absolutely gasped at. I wasn't expecting Dumbledore, of all people, to tell Newt to give the Muggle a wand. Now, there's a few reasons why this could be. The first reason is that the rumors were true, or the theories are true, and Jacob was either a squib with magical prowess, or he's just a really late bloomer like Neville Longbottom was. Now, my whole theory is, I personally believe that Dumbledore gave Jacob a wand to fit in with the rest of the wizards. We know in Deathly Hallows Part 1, when the Ministry were IDing people using their wands, I think Dumbledore set up a fake alias for Jacob, made him appear to be a wizard so that when the time comes, or when he's being attacked or harassed for being a non-magic person, he can pull out his wand and be like, hey, I know you guys, like I am one of you, just to keep him safe.
Are you kidding me right now?
Who wouldn't like our chances?
Off to save the world, are we?
Now, here's Credence for the first time. Long hair, he looks a lot more confident. Some of my biggest problems with the last two films were just Credence as a character in general. He was just whiny, he wasn't interesting in the first two. He was very just melancholy, and I didn't like his character that much. I was interested, but I didn't like how he was portrayed. I'm really looking forward to see a much more confident Credence and a much more badass Credence, and I'm really excited to see how the downfall of knowing that he isn't actually a Dumbledore is going to affect him. Now, here we see Jacob and Queenie reuniting. It looks like it's his pastry shop. Whether this is a old flashback scene or it's a flash forward, hugging, embracing, excited that they're together again and Queenie's decided to join them. It definitely seems to take place in New York, which makes me think that it is a flashback scene and he's remembering the good times. I'm not 100% sure. I'm really interested to see where that falls in the timeline, and I want to see a more confident Queenie. I'm really excited to see what she can do on her own.
Things are not quite what they appear.
See, this here is just a really fun scene because we see Newt be able to communicate with the blast-ended Skewers. I'm really excited that they're in this film. You see the big one right here. They're one of my favorites from The Goblet of Fire, so I'm really excited to see them in live action. Now, what we have here is a really heart-wrenching scene because we have Queenie and Jacob fighting. Jacob's probably fighting to keep Queenie with him, desperately trying to use that wand that he gave him, that it doesn't look like it's having any effect, and Queenie is just not having it. She is part of Grindelwald's squad, and I'm really interested to see what that dynamic's going to be, especially with the earlier scene we saw with them embracing and looking very apologetic and relieved to be together. Now, this movie particularly looks like it's going to be filled with action, like great set pieces. We get Mad Nicholson's Grindelwald, looks like Dumbledore during the fight. It's probably from the third act. Credence is fighting Dumbledore just with all this hatred. And it looks like it's going to be on the level of a Voldemort-Dumbledore fight from Order of the Phoenix.
What is this place?
The room we require.
Now, it looks like this room in the requirement is a port key of some kind. Not really sure what it's going to entail. Maybe this is how Newt gets around his travel ban if he's still under it, or how they travel under the radar without Grindelwald trying to find out.
Correct. 3 points to Hufflepuff.
See, I love that line. It's such a Dumbledore line. That's a beautiful logo reveal. And then we got one more stinger revealing Jacob is sitting at a table at Hogwarts while school is in session.
Where did you get
So excited to see
Look out
what
for
dynamic
Christmas.
it's playing off of. I cannot wait till April. So that was the trailer for The Secrets of Dumbledore. After 3 long years, it's finally dropped. I am super excited. I absolutely adored it. What did you guys think about it? Drop your theories, drop what you felt about the trailer down in the comments below, and I hope you comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time. Have a great day.